This September 28th to 30th, Long Island Midweek Baseball League will be hosting the first ever Yes, There's Baseball in Heaven tournament at Baseball Heaven in Yaphank, New York. It's a beautiful facility with 4 completely turfed, modern turf fields. This is a tournament for teams in various age divisions of 18 and over, 25, 35, and 45 and over. And registration for the tournament is open and available to teams from any league. It's not just MSBL. And in that case, anyone interested can contact us by going to our website at www.facebook.com/LIMidweek or at www.limidweek.com, or you can call 516-487-4137. Or you can send us an email at info@limidweek.com. That's for the first ever Yes, There Is Baseball in Heaven tournament, September 28th to 30th, this fall here on Long Island. And we'll see some more friends and family out for the evening. It's nice to see we get people to come out and enjoy the evening. Have a hot dog and a soda, a little ice cream.
No, you're right, Tim. You know, when you're playing any sport, I know I played hockey, I've played high school, different sports, college teams and stuff, and you know, there's nothing like having people coming out to watch and playing for a bit of an audience. And then on the flip side, though, as a player, you know, doing these games on TV in Long Island for years, covering a lot of the high schools, and boy, there's nothing better than seeing these kids enjoy what they've got today. I know when I was in high school, there wasn't the kind of coverage that's out there today. Even a game like this wouldn't be covered back, you know, in the early 80s. And it's great because these kids, this is a memory that you're going to have for a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, you may only play in one All-Star game. You may only play one season in this league for some reason, but you may be an All-Star. You know, like the song that they use in the NCAA basketball playoffs after the finals, One Shining Moment.
Yeah.
You know, this is it. This is a great thing to have. You're going to have this for the rest of your life. You'll have it on a disc, and you'll be able to say, hey, check this out. That's the best part. You
know, you're right. And you know, not to be maudlin, but, you know, life is fleeting. During pregame, you know, we give out some awards to managers, outstanding managers in the league, and they have memorial awards, and there are 4 of them. That's 4. I mean, I'm sure there are more than that, but that's 4 managers in the league that we've lost in 22 years, and a couple of them not to natural events. I mean, you know, like I said, the Andre Fletcher Award is for a guy who was a New York City fireman, and one of those stories, a guy who had been an instructor in the fire academy for years, and I had spoken to him the week before he had been promoted. And it was no longer at the academy. He was back in active service as a fire marshal. And, you know, but for that promotion, he would never have been, you know, within a remote distance of the World Trade Center. It was one of these. He had a twin brother who was off that day in Suffolk County and never, you know, couldn't make it in. And, you know, it's just, you know, sometimes how fleeting the moment is. So you're right. These guys, and I love, you know, that aspect of it that they're out here and forget that nobody's getting paid to do this.
Exactly.
You know, it's probably costing them money. I know it is because I know what it takes. You know, just in basic overhead to be a baseball player, and you got to admire the dedication and the sacrifice that they make.
Absolutely.
And the fun they have, though, and that's you know, this is one of the things, though. We talked earlier about the older players, and we have a player in the league who's over 70. We'd be surprising the maybe not surprising the number we have that are over 60.
Ball lifted into left field. It's a fair ball. Rounding first, on its way second is Signorella into the leadoff double.
And what's rewarding is that, you know, these guys are out there, and the feeling of youth that they get, and you know, and being able to step back out on the field and still play ball.
Well, you know what? The one thing, they'll feel it when they go home, though.
They certainly will. Although, like we talked about, a lot of these guys, they have never really stopped playing ball, so they're in what's called baseball shape as opposed to being just in shape. And it is really two different things. Getting a nice cool breeze. The temperature has dropped off significantly since earlier in the day. It was in the upper 80s and humid.
This is Pena, left fielder. Breaking pitch off the end of the bat.
We identified who's pitching, so we'll...
Still Brady. Brendan Brady in his second inning of work.
Okay.
Allowed a walk in his previous inning back in the third. Top of the fourth. East in front 3-2. And reaching out for that and swinging through it for strike 3 and 1 away. That'll bring up Terry Huang.
And Terry, another member of the Long Island Dragons.
Slight drizzle has started up here in Old Westbury. That ball hit in the air well to right field, but playable. Catch is made, tagging up from second and going to third is Signorella. So Huang on that first pitch got a good piece of it, but flies out to right. Haran with the catch.
And it's funny, we talked about
FaceTime.
the FaceTime and the rookies in the league, and when I went over to the two dugouts to talk to the teams before the game this evening, and I said to them, listen, we always know the rookies up in the booth because those are the guys who swing at the first pitch, and we never get to say even who you are. You're up and you're out before you know it. And Terry Huang, there's a perfect example.
See, but here's a vet, Mark Sacripanti. Took the first pitch, steps out, gets a little bit more time, so I can tell you that he's 43 years old, 5'7", 175 pounds.
There you go. And I said to them, listen, go up there, take a couple of pitches. And I said, in fact, if you take 3 or 4 pitches, you'll strike out looking. The game will be really fast. But you'll get some good FaceTime, and we'll get to say something about you.
Sacripante looks at that pitch, in for a strike, 2-1. Father of 2, his 15-year-old son Andrew, 9-year-old girl Alexa, works as a salesman for Price Paper and Twine. Currently residing in Bayshore. Hits that one to right field. Should be an easy play, and it is, and it retires the side. So that leadoff double gets stranded at third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left at the end of 3.5. Still 3-2. The East All-Stars out in front over the West.